Hi there folks, it's Jonathan Denwood from WP-Tonic, and in this video I want to talk about a recent post I did on hosting and hosting for BuddyBoss particularly, but the same things can apply to any membership website even if you're not going to include the BuddyBoss app in your setup. You know from my other videos that we at WP-Tonic, we love BuddyBoss. We think using it with either Lifter LMS or LearnDash is a great solution for a modern membership website. And we support all three of these great plugins and themes on our hosting packages. But we get a lot of people, it's good news for us, but it's bad news for some of our clients that have had a very rocky ride with WordPress. And some of them have got to the conclusion almost to give up on WordPress. And a lot of it has been about bad advice around hosting. Now, obviously, I've got WP-Tonic. We're not totally biased because we've got our own hosting setup. But I'm going to try and be as balanced about this as possible. And hopefully you've been listening to my podcast for years and looking at my videos, so you know that I'm a reasonably fair and balanced person. Now, the problem with a lot of hosting packages that are sold to people is they will work fine when you're developing your site, because there's no stress. And what I mean by stress is, you know, it's like a human being. We can be all polite and be nice to people when we're like on the beach having our martini or our vodka next to us. But when we're in the workplace, or we're trying to deal with upset children or parents that are ill, plus a demanding job, we get stressed. And it's the same with a website. Literally all these cheap hosting packages will work fine when you're in test mode. But when soon as you get 5, 10, 15 people trying to sign up, or God foretell, they actually try and log in at the same time, the whole thing collapses. It collapses in a pile of manure, basically. I was going to say something stronger there, but let's keep it clean. And they flap around, they phone up the hosting support, they don't get much support, they don't get, all they get is the runaround, or they are told that they need to increase their plan. They do that, still doesn't make much of a difference. So what is this about? Well, first of all, you've got to understand that when you combine Lifter or LearnDash with BuddyBoss, you've got two very powerful but demanding applications. They, you know, especially when you've got multiple people logging in at the same time. A lot of even the specialized WordPress hosting providers, one of the ways that they deal with the demands of WordPress websites is that they do a lot of caching on the server side. Now, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of caching. We did a recent podcast with my co-host, who happens to run a hosting company, about all this, about caching and a lot of other things about video. And I'll make sure the links in the show notes of this video. But, and also, like I say, there'll be a link to the longer article I've written about this subject. But fundamentally, a lot of even specialized WordPress hosting providers use caching. Caching does not work well with applications like Lifter, LMS, LearnDash, or BuddyBoss. It has its place. You've got to use it on pages that are not going to be changing that often. That does not apply to lessons, courses, and the forum for BuddyBoss, you've got to make sure caching is not being applied to those specific areas. Another thing is you do get what you pay for, and in life that's not always the case, but when it comes to hosting it definitely is. Yes, there are some cheap solutions that provide fantastic power, but you need a fair bit of technical knowledge. And I suggest that you're running a business and you should be concentrating on your course, not learning all this server-side jargon and how to go into a panel and check the right button and go to this section of the panel. Yeah, it's fine. But the people that are recommending that, and I'm not having a go at them, everything they say is correct, but their audience are WordPress junkies. They're the type of people that are kind of quasi-developer types, or want to be, or what we call implementors. They're doing work for other people on some level, and they want to know all that stuff. You, as the website owner, as the course creator, you've got bigger fish to fry than learning all that. Now, I just went on a bit of a rant there, but what I'm saying is, yes, there's some cheap solutions that provide real power, but normally you get what you pay for. And there are a lot of shared hosting, cheap accounts between $5 and $15. It ain't going to pan out. Now, one that was the darling that seemed to provide really great value was SiteGround. Now, I've got no problems with SiteGround in general, but I feel that some of their pricing structures are very misleading. On all their WordPress only accounts for the first year, they offer you some cheap plans, and then there's a big jump after the special offer runs out. They also offer you a really special deal if you sign up for 3 to 5 years. Never sign up for a hosting provider than more than 1 year. I don't care what discount they offer you. Do not, mind my words, do not sign up with a hosting provider more than 1 year. If you're prepared to sign up for a year, on our accounts, you can go month to month, or you can sign up for a year. If you sign up for a year, you get 25%. It's that easy. We do not entice just think about it. Why are they trying to get you to sign up for 3 years? They want you to sign up for 3 years because they know that they're hosting. There might be some problems with it, and I'll leave it at that. And there's some other, there's been some other problems recently with SiteGround. Also, they publicly increased their prices quite considerably. Secondly, they say they're moving to Google Cloud. I think that's going to be quite a large undertaking for them. The other thing, WP Engine is quite popular. The problem with WP Engine is for what you get, I think it's quite expensive. And it's the darling of the Studio Press Genesis crowd, because and rightly so, because WP Engine bought Studio Press and now they own it and run it. But they got into that Studio Press Genesis crowd almost over 100,000 developers, and they've been evangelists for WP Engine. Also, they've done, they've approached all the leading shakers and movers in the WordPress community, and they've done a really great job promoting their business, and more power to them. But as a value, their technical support is good. The people behind it are reputable. One of the problems that a lot of people have faced is they use a sort of caching called Garnish, and it doesn't run well with Lifter, and it doesn't run well with LearnDash or BuddyBoss. You can switch it off, you can apply it, But like I say, then you start having to know all this stuff. You have to go into their panel and mess around with it. Do you really want to do that? That is the question that I leave to you. Another one, which is a favourite of mine, is Kingston. Now, Kingston uses also cash. I think it's in between. It offers better value to my mind than WP Engine, but it's more expensive than SiteGround. But I know the crew, I know the people behind Kingston. They're a great team. So if you weren't looking for WP Engine to try and help you, I would not know, but maybe you don't like me. Look at Kingston. I think Kingston's the kind of middle ground where you're getting really great value, great support. They've got a great track record. I think they've been running the business since 2013, 2014. So it's 6-7 years now. They've got over 100,000 websites, I think, that are hosting with them. So we're at WP Engine, we're a boutique hosting provider. We're not looking to get 100,000 people to host with us. We also provide support. We'll look after your plugins. We'll make sure all the core of WordPress is updated, all the other plugins. We provide a ton of plugins that are suitable for somebody building a course. We provide free advice, free Zooms. We won't fix things for our plans, but you can buy concierge hours, 2 hours at a time at a discounted rate, and we will do tasks for you. Or you can buy one of our unlimited task plans that also includes the hosting, and they start at about $149 a month if you pay month to month, or I think it's about $124 if you pay for the year, which for unlimited, for great quality hosting, plus all the other service that we provide, is great value. So, but I'm not going to keep on waffling about my own thing, because hopefully you don't mind me trying to pitch my own stuff, because I'm so enthusiastic about it. But I just wanted to give you some honest advice. Be wary when you got a WordPress membership site about cheap hosting. It will ruin your experience. And I've known other people that then have ditched the whole idea of WordPress, gone on to some SaaS platform, built, wanting very quickly to develop their site out in a specific direction that would make them unique, either around design or functionality, and you can't do it because you're on a SaaS platform, and you're limited by what that SaaS platform wants to provide, and then they have to go back to WordPress. They have to kind of change cars. It's like a car going at 50 miles an hour and you're trying to swap over to another car. It's a freaking nightmare. It's better that if you could have stayed with WordPress from day one. But almost all this aggro is caused by bad hosting. I'm now ranting a little bit. I'm going to wrap up this video. Hopefully, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the show. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.